Right, accountable leadership remains one of the biggest challenges when it comes to development of Africa as a whole. Now, over the years, leaders in Africa have not always responded perhaps effectively to the needs of the continent. But there is hope in the rising generation of youth who could play a critical role in building accountability for successful economic transformation, representation, and that important phrase, public service.
Now, the urgency of this effort is not lost on the youth, as they may have the most to lose if solutions are not enacted. Now, according to Brookings' report, by 2030, it says 375 million young people in Africa will reach working age. Now, a population equivalent to the combined populations of Canada and the United States. And yet, the youth are sidelined. When will the youths take their rightful position in leadership, you may ask? Well, joining us this morning is a very, very important person. But before we bring him in, it makes people wonder, because if you look at youth participation in leadership or even in the political sphere in Africa, it cuts across not just Nigeria, it cuts across other African countries as well. And it makes people wonder, as I speak to you, if we walk on the street and we meet 10 youths, out of the 10, you have about 6 or 7 who are nonchalant about who or where to cast your vote.
Yeah, so it's beyond the voting, because that's the democratic process, which is still in Africa, is still quite emerging. It's not really solidified in different places. What we can establish is that 75% of Africa's population is youth. You look at Nigeria, 200 million, and you look at the projections we just talked about by 2030, it means they'll be of working age. So if we have people, of youth age, or people who are young, who are supposed to be in their prime, not taking part in, or not allowed, as they say, in political decisions, look at Zambia. We just talked about Zambia, Mugabe, before he was ousted, at what age? You look at who's taking over. You look at the generals, look at the allies of those who were back in there. You look at Nigeria, you look at who's in charge right now. So these are the discussions we'll be having when it comes to the leadership in Africa as it relates to youth.
Right, and we are still here on Breakfast Central, and we will be taking you to another part of the continent, talking about Zambia, where we have this report.
All right, still Breakfast Central. Now let's take you to Zambia, where the Zambian Police Service spokesperson informed Esther Mwata Katongo, spokeswoman to be more precise, says the recent suspension of political parties from not holding political rallies and roadshows by the Electoral Commission of Zambia is still in effect, adding that political parties found wanting will face the law accordingly.
Now, Katongo has therefore appealed to officers that have been deployed around the country, that's countrywide, to be alert and ensure that no political party holds rallies and roadshows. Now, recall that the Electoral Commission of Zambia suspended campaign rallies and roadshows, as they are super readers of the COVID-19 pandemic.
All right, now to give us more insight from Zambia, we have our correspondent Lydia Makina. Welcome to the show, Lydia, and quickly tell us, what is the true state of things there in Zambia as regards the political rallies and not holding their forums, as they say?
Well, it's 7 days to go to election. So recently, you know that the Electoral Commission of Zambia had suspended political rallies and the road shows. So currently, after the political parties, actually, they were on break during the barrier for KK and everything, so everything was just quiet. So now after they have resumed to start doing the political party, that's why Esther Katongo, the spokesperson for police, had issued a statement to say that all political parties that would take part in political rallies would be dealt with, because this suspension of a political party is still in place, and they had to make sure that they adhere to the rules, and nobody should, all political parties should not do the political party campaigns and everything. So currently, political party rallies are on suspension due to COVID-19 adherence that was issued from the Electoral Commission of Zambia. And so the campaign that is taking place recently is just on social media and the door-to-door campaign, which they had advised them to do. And we also saw that political leaders are now coming together in unity, because recently we saw that His Excellency Dr. Edgar and Hakainde Chilema had met at the funeral of KK, where they had interacted and just to show unity for One Zambia, One Nation. And despite their political party members having a dispute, but they had shown unity among them. But for now, all political parties rallies are still being on suspension until further notice. So we only have 37 days to go to the general election, and no political party rallies.
Well, it's no fault of the government, looking at the fact that they are trying their best to ensure the non-spread of the COVID-19 during this pandemic. But really, this is also almost first of its kind. Political rallies being put on hold. What is the reaction of the political parties ahead of this August 12 general election? You just said now that it is 37 days ahead of us. Is there any update on when the ban might be lifted at this point?
They haven't said anything yet as of now, but even though their political party members are still pushing to be given a chance at least to campaign, and then yet they haven't said anything as of now. So we don't have a date when they can resume or anything to it. And moreover, just 37 days. So we see to say that the chances of them resuming to do a political rally campaign is actually very low, because there are just few days left. So all the campaign that are doing is just on social media, regardless that all political party members are giving them hard time for them to resume so that they can campaign freely, but nothing as of now.
All right, Lydia, the police and the Electoral Commission in Zambia are saying no rallies for anybody, any political party, any divide because of COVID-19. But the elections will still have to hold on August 12th. So what are the measures for safety put in place, because the spread of COVID-19 is still there. So we cannot rally, but we have to still vote. People have to vote. So what are the measures being put in place by the Commission and the government to ensure safety and guidance during the elections because of COVID-19?
The guidance that have been put in place is that the people still they will still have to vote through social media, and even online registration were placed there, that they can still do their voting on media platforms, and as well as ensuring that the hand sanitizer and other things are being provided. And they're also ensuring that police are all over on the street to make sure that people do not move in a cloudy, and also that they make sure that everybody practice social distance. So we see that police really they are actually working hand in hand with the Electoral Commission of Zambia to ensure that people are safe from this COVID-19. So these are the measures that have been placed as at now to ensure that the social distance, and the people are also given the chance to showcase, or to campaign through a social media platform, and they can also do their voting on media platform as well. So there's a platform that has been placed in place, and everyone has an access to cast their vote through on phone, so to say.
Wow, right. Online voting in Zambia.
First of its kind.
All right.
Thank you so much, Lydia. Thank you so much, Lydia, a News Central correspondent from Zambia. We will, of course, keep in touch with you as we get closer to the election. We have less than over 30 days away from the election, August 12th.
37 days, yes.
37 days to be precise. Thank you so much, Lydia, for the information.